This is episode 562. And today we're going to be talking about using the Pareto Principle. Now, you may have heard of this as the 80-20 rule, but back in the late 1800s Vilfredo Pareto discovered that 20% of the people in Italy owned 80% of the land. And now this ratio holds true for a variety of phenomenon in the world. For example, 20% of the population holds 80% of the wealth. Also, fixing 20% of the bugs in software eliminates 80% of the crashes, the software crashes. So this idea can be applied to your life very effectively, and you'll be able to enhance and improve your life by focusing on this principle. So here's how you can use the Pareto Principle to save time while accomplishing more. So if you're a business or if you're a salesperson, small business owner, 20% of your customers provide 80% of your revenue. And also 20% of your customers account for 80% of your complaints. Often we focus on the 80% of our clients, which are the smaller deals or some other types of complaints. But if we can focus on 20% of our customers and help them buy more, purchase more, we'll have a bigger impact on our revenue. Just the same way, if we listen to 20% of the clients, we'll be able to resolve some of the complaints, 80% of the complaints, and then that goes down. Often we focus on the wrong things, the loudest complaint or the squeaky wheel gets the oil, in so many words. But if we can dissect our accounts into the 20% and the 80%, we focus on the 20%, we're going to get a bigger return on our investment. And also, if you're an owner or a boss and you have employees, 1/5 or 20% of your employees are doing about 80% of the work. Think about it. So do you know which employees fall into this group? And if you are an employee, which one do you fall into? Are you the 20% that produces 80%, or are you part of the 80% that only produces 20%? So you may want to take steps to prevent these employees from leaving if you're an employee, and then also if you're an employer, but if you're an employee, you definitely want to take steps to move from the 80% to the 20%. Because, we've talked about before on other podcasts that job security is your ability to do the job better than anyone else. So you want to move from the 80% to the 20% if you're an employee. So we can take a look at our friendships as well. Which of your friends provide the most support, camaraderie, encouragement, and laughter? Think about it. You could conceivably eliminate the bottom 80% of your friends and still be doing well. At the very least, consider letting go the bottom 20 of your so-called friends. And, it all depends on how you define acquaintances versus friendships versus being friendly. But most likely, 20% of your friends give you 80% of the support you need. 20% of your friends are there 80% of the time. So those are the ones you want to nurture. Keep that friendship and nurture. And you also want to be one of those 20% of friends helping out with other people as well. So your exercise routine might be considerably shortened. And this is something that I really, really appreciate, because if you're lifting weights, and we're just going to go, because you've heard me talk about lifting and CrossFit and stuff, but if you're lifting weights, there are only a few really exercises that matter the most. When you do a 1-rep max test, there's only a few of them that matter. And it could be argued that it's deadlift, squat, pull-ups, bench press, overhead press. These are your core 20% exercises. You focus on these and you're going to get 80% of your results. You don't need to do all the other ancillary workouts if you only have a short period of time, because when you go heavy enough with these, they will activate every muscle group in your body. So interestingly, a few of these are frequently avoided, the deadlifts, the squats, because they involve pain in performing them or discomfort. So take a look at it. If 20% of the exercise is going to produce 80% of the result and they're uncomfortable for you, where else in life does that show up? Where else do you focus on the 80% that gives you only 20% return because it's easy? Where do you show up and focus on 20% to produce 80% because it's difficult or it's discomfort or it has you step out of your comfort zone? So how you do anything is a reflection of how you do everything. So I like to use the physical, the weights, to kind of give an indication on how we approach the rest of life. So if you've been wanting to do a workout routine, because we're getting close to the beginning of the year, what you could do is just use your deadlift, your squats, your pull-ups, your bench press, your overhead press, divide them into 2 days. Monday, you do something. Tuesday, you do something. Wednesday, you take a break, and just do those. Your workout will be less than 45 minutes. You'll be out of there, and you'll be getting healthy. So prioritize your daily tasks. Also, consider everything you have to do today or this week, or preferably just keep it to a week. And the most important 20% probably deliver 4 times as much as 80% of the others. So if you had 10 tasks to do, 2 of them are probably going to create a bigger result than focusing on the 80. Unfortunately, the 20% you should focus on are often tasks you try to avoid, just like working out, just like the squats, the deadlifts, because they're difficult. But they're difficult and uncomfortable because they have a bigger bang for the buck. There's a difference between sitting down, paying your bills, and balancing your checkbook and washing the dishes, right? There's an 80-20 rule there. So when you can prioritize your tasks based on what's going to give you the best return on your time investment, you will find that probably 20% of your tasks is going to give you 80% of your results. So you get those done first, knowing that your day is well past 3/4 complete. If you have time, you finish up the others, but at least you know you've gotten a great deal of those tasks completed. Streamline your life. You wear 20% of your clothes probably 80% of the time. You go to the gym, you wear the same clothes, give or take. You go to work, you wear the same clothes. So just a few activities contribute to the most happiness or fun in your life, right? There's not 20% of your activities, whether it's working out, whether it's yoga, whether it's hiking, whether it's rock climbing, whether it's whatever, 20% of those produce 80% of your fun and happiness. And you can eliminate a lot of excess weight from your life by applying the 80-20 rule to people, activities, and possessions in your life. I would actually challenge you to sit down and go, out of 10 things, write 10 things that you like to do. It could be working out again, could be yoga, could be cooking, and then pick the 2 that bring you the most joy. And I guarantee those are the ones that you are focusing on or should be focusing on. Same thing with your clothes, same thing with your friends, same thing with your work, same thing. So this 80-20 rule is really, really, you can leverage this to eliminate a lot of stuff out of your life, but still be extremely happy, still be extremely fit, still be extremely romantic, still be extremely powerful at work. So just take a look at these things. Take each area of your life and say, here's the top 10 things that I do. Here's 2 of them that I do that will contribute 80% of the results, and then just start to focus on those things. So keep in mind that the 80-20 rule can be used in every part of your life. These ideas are just the tip of the iceberg. You can think of many, many additional ways to apply these principles to your life. Just think about it, 80-20, and apply it aggressively. Not like, oh, let me see, let me try. Apply it, do it for a couple of weeks and see what happens and decide for yourself if this 80-20 rule works. We spend much time on people, activities, and things that provide little value or little return for our investment. We also avoid doing the tough things that bring meaningful results. So begin today, right today. There's no putting off till tomorrow. Begin today and focus on the 20% that will change your life for the better. If you'd like to get these show notes, you can go over to warriormindcoach.com, print out the show notes, make some notes on them, and challenge yourself. While you're over there, you can listen to some other podcasts and read some blog posts. And while you're on the internet, you can follow me on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest under Warrior Mindset.